Where we last left our heroes after following Darrington Loxley to a meetup with the Underworld's Cabal leaders, they were given the option to follow either the assassin they now know to be Talia, who worked for Wolfgang, I'm assuming is now currently unemployed and is seeking out new opportunities elsewhere, and a member of the Wisps. Choosing to follow the Wisps in an effort to acquire more information about the criminal underworld and potentially everything else that's been going on in the city, they learned that the bodies of the Wisps were nothing but puppets being controlled by cranium rats. After acquiring a cranium rat that fell into a nice corpse pit that Asma had to swim out of, they were accosted by waves upon waves of swarming cranial rats. Giving chase down a sewage drain, they found themselves in an old outcrop far beneath the city of Dragon's Rest, where they did battle with a indescribable horror. A brain bloating chained to the center of a massive cistern. This creature controlled these rats as they swarmed our party, who dispatched the rats, but Asmo, more and more, as the fighting got on, seemed to be getting sick. Seeking a way out, Denier charged forth in efforts to find an exit, coming face to face with the creature, who projectile vomited a stream of putrid bile. As the bile rocketed towards his face, he flinched, closing his eyes, only to feel a dense coldness. He opened his eyes to reveal that the bile had frozen into a solid pillar, and looked up to see Lady Tia walking down the path ahead of him. Asmo, make me a Constitution save.
I'd like to cash in my friendship chips with you, so that doesn't happen.
Okay, you cash in all of your friendship chips. Okay.
How much did I have?
You've been cashing these in for a while.
That's true.
Oh.
9, son of a bitch.
Asmo, the world spins around you. You're beginning to see double vision as you kind of topple over to your side, leaning heavily on Nara just to keep yourself upright. You no longer, you can't feel your legs anymore. You no longer have the ability to move.
Alrighty. Man, what a wild thing to happen on a Monday night.
Right?
Yeah.
Tia stands before you as she glances towards this creature that you have been doing battle with, and shifting her gaze back to you, Denier. The creature still seems much more docile right now, just kind of floating as its eyes don't leave Tia. This look of adoration. Why are you here?
Denier reaches into his spell component pouch and he pulls out one of the broken scales. Horatius has been attacked. We got jumped by the Deadeyes as we were escorting some crystals all the way up to get them out of Dragon's Rest. We followed them. We found the Fey Runners. They sent us on a way to try to find the Cabals. We followed the Wisps. We came into this place thinking that it was the Wisp underground hideout. We're looking for the crystals themselves. He turns and he motions towards it.
She begins to walk towards this creature. It kind of lowers its, for the lack of better words, head. It just kind of angles its face forward as she reaches out, and it shifts forward to make her kind of caress his cheek, and he just kind of leans into it, closing his eyes. She looks off to the side and sees the rest of you. You now see Lady Tia from where you're standing.
I'm saying things to sad ladies.
Oh, Snake Man.
Great. She looks at the creature. Is that your doing? She looks at the creature in motions over to Asmo. They invade. They attack my babies. Asmo, make one more Constitution save.
Can I, seeing that Asmo is really on his last leg, try to help him in any way I can?
Go ahead and give me an arcane check. As you see Asmo, like, begin to buckle.
6?
Unfortunately, with the amount of energy you've expelled throughout this, it doesn't look like you're going to be able to give him advantage in this. So, Asmo?
He just screams, "Make it stop!"
Snake Man.
24.
And as you collapse to the ground, you begin to feel gravity. As you reach out in front of you, your hand catches the ground. You feel that burning in your chest as these two forces, these two magical forces that are trying to like rip you asunder right now, start to battle. And through that, you're able to shake off what this creature has been doing to you. You now have 0 points of exhaustion.
Okay, for flavor, Asmo is now on his knees on the ground, just breathing, like he's barely able to.
The save was 20.
Jesus.
Asmo! Asmo!
Snake Man.
Asmo just falls asleep.
Oh, fuck.
Always so tired.
Jesus Christ.
The creature continues nuzzling into her hand. Oh, Mommy! You cause me no end of difficulty. Sorry, Mama.
Daenerys will call out to her. When I figured out what it was, I did try diplomacy twice.
She looks like kind of like glancing over her shoulder towards you and then back towards it. Is this true? They told me no! They told me they wouldn't give me their information.
It demanded all of our information right off the bat. Asmo said no. It then attacked. Once I realized what it was, I attempted diplomacy, a trade, information for information. It refused twice.
You came down here seeking the crystals. They are not here.
As I figured, we came seeking information on where they were. We thought that this was the headquarters of the Wisps.
It is.
Are you the Silver Lady?
She had taken notice of you previously, Nara. But now that you've spoken up, I am.
My master says to say hello.
A small smirk crosses her face. Her normal steely glance, her normal cold, steely eyes kind of glimmer a little. How is your master?
The same as I have always known him. So, normal?
Well, when you see him, tell him I said hello.
What kind of hello? Normal?
The acknowledging kind.
Ah. I will do this for you, Silver Lady.
Tia just, like, she glances back at the creature, kind of staring it in the eyes. Its eyes, which tend to wander one way or the other, both lock on hers. Why must you cause trouble? Do you know where the crystals are?
No, Mama.
Lie.
I do not lie.
Oh, that was just me saying above game. I'm just me saying
That was Asmo voice.
No. I just lie. It's not.
The rats actually start to inch towards you as Tia looks back to it. They all stop in pace.
Just doing the lying cat meme from fucking lying. Okay.
Asmo, take a nap, please.
Yeah, in Asmo's sleep, he said lie. But yeah, Tia just like holds her hand up to the creature, gives like a very stern motherly look, and the rats stop and just kind of like stand at attention.
The Deadeyes have attacked Harash. He's been grievously injured. One of his wings have been taken. Apparently one of them was wielding a dragon slayer.
A weapon that slays dragons.
That's the only thing I can think of. It cut through his scales like a knife through butter.
What did this attacker look like?
He was cloaked from what I saw, but Nara and Asmo were fighting him closer up.
Was he like you, girl?
Yes. Drow. No eyes.
Then what he held was not a dragon-slaying blade.
What
That is
was it?
It is a mystical weapon of killing. I believe it was called the Vorpal Blade.
Can I do a
Vorpal.
knowledge history on that, or anything like that, Lani?
Arcana.
Okay.
Can I also do?
Sure.
Well,
18.
Nara, that weapon is a ancient relic of your people. Stolen by the traitor.
Oh.
It is a blade that could kill any mortal.
That's why he's so mad.
Oh. Vorpal blade. That was stolen some time ago. Can kill pretty much anything alive.
Yes. From what I understand, he seeks more from it.
More like how?
I'm afraid I don't have that information. I simply know that he's been searching for means to empower it.
What more could you do than take life? Take death?
Perhaps. So you say that the Deadeyes now have access to these shards?
from what I understand, there was a meeting. The Deadeyes and the Fey Runners. The Deadeyes were the distraction. The Fey Runners came below, took the gems, and scurried them away. From what we understand, the gems have already been delivered to their source.
There have been wheels moving. Wheels that I haven't been able to find the source for some time. I feel like they're about to make their move. Could not be at a damn worse time.
Why is this the worst time?
Surely you know what's been going on down here. My brother being in the state that he's in. This empire being in the state that it's in.
I know nothing of your empire. People are coming and going through living and dying all of the time.
But never in quite such magnitude.
Lani, can I
At least not for
insight-
some time. Insight, Tia?
Yes, I would like to try to insight Tia, specifically the fact that she's acting like she is not involved with the attack.
Go ahead. For something so specific, I'll allow it at advantage.
13.
She's a very hard person to read. She doesn't seem like she had anything to do with it.
Okay.
Silver Lady,
Yes, girl.
now that we know you and the creature is your child? Offspring?
It's continually nuzzling her hand and giving these weird, like, blorpy purrs. Something to that effect.
What is its name? So we don't talk badly again next time.
Oh, fucking hell.
I named him Matthew.
Matthew. Hello, Matthew. I am Nara. Nice to meet you.
It's just nuzzling Tia's hand right now, paying you no mind.
She'll still wave like it is paying attention to her, even though it's not.
Mr. Connolly, you've been uncharacteristically quiet.
So forgive me, Lady Tia. I'm in a bit of shock. My friends and I nearly died to Matthew, and you were the last person I was expecting to see down here.
And yet, you live because I am down here. I had this place gated off some time ago. I did not expect anyone to find it. None had previously. I did not expect for you to do so.
When we arrived, the gateway was open.
She looks at the creature after pulling her hand away, and it kind of looks away a little ashamedly. Was that your doing? You can see she's actually got a perturbed look across her face. Well, regardless, you're here now. I'm sure you have a number of questions.
Yes.
Several. Make it call off these bloody fucking rats!
She looks to you, Wolfgang. Call them off, Matthew. They begin to wander off. And Mr. Connolly, though we do owe you a debt of gratitude, and you have done a number of services for us, do not forget to whom you speak.
Just looks with disdain and mistrust. Lift Asmo up over my shoulder.
She walks away from Matthew and begins walking up to the gate that you're in front of.
Silver Lady, could you maybe help the boyfriend? He is very tired.
Bring him here.
Insight.
Go ahead.
$14.
She seems to have no ill intention.
Come on, Asmo.
As you carry him. You kind of lean him up against the bars.
Oh no, you're gonna pick me up for a suplex. Sorry. Oh no, vertical suplex.
Oh my god.
She places her arm on his shoulder and lifts him a foot off the ground with that grip.
Oh,
You can see this light begin to permeate around his flesh. This silver, white, kind of cold light. Not quite the antithesis of what your light is, Wolfgang, but instead of radiating that heat, it seems to radiate a chill. Let me... whatever. Asmo, you heal the full.
whoa.
I'm not
How
gonna
many
roll that
times
dice.
can you do that?
I've never checked. And then she slowly lowers him back down as Asmo, you begin to awaken. You're still tired after everything that's going on, but now you're face to face with Tia as she's like, your feet are kind of dangling in the air as you're being lowered back down, and the first thing you see across some bars is Tia.
Lady Tia saved us. Hey. My God. We owe you everything, Lady Tia.
You're welcome.
He has no context. He'd believe this.
This thing that's right in front of me, is this like a walkway or a catwalk or what have you?
I mean, for you, I guess anything's a catwalk, but
Oh,
it's a platform. You just got to climb out of like the little sewer gutter that you're in.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll use my climb speed, and I'll climb up. To be frank, Lady Tia, as I've said before, you have a number of interesting ways about you, but they are effective. I do not believe that you're behind the attack.
As you step there, the creature jerks forward by about 10 feet and is like jerking the chains. Tia looks back. Matthew!
Denier holds his hands up. I will approach no further, Matthew.
Kind of floats back to its equilibrium state.
And Denier leans against the wall, and as he promised, he will approach no further. From what I understand, you have sway over... You control the wisps. You have sway over the Fey Runners. What about the Deadeyes? Do you have any sway with them?
None more than money can buy. What I have down here, more than anything else, is more valuable than money, though. Information. You don't understand how hard it is to try to run a place like this day to day. We tried very long the law and order route. But eventually, it all felt so fruitless. That's when I received Matthew. I discovered what he was capable of doing. And in doing so, I knew that I could control the flow of information and get my hands in the underworld as well. To know what all sides are doing at any time. To be able to stop any of the greater crimes that might occur.
Know yourself, know your enemy, and you hold the key to victory.
Exactly. Unfortunately, in recent days, things have been working around my eyes and ears. As if they know where my eyes and ears are.
Is that why the rats use the bodies?
They're simply a vessel to hide exactly what they are.
Nara is a bit confused. I thought the killing was disliked among this place.
It is. But, as you might understand, sometimes it is a necessary evil.
Oh, necessary and fun. But I'm just confused why the lady such as yourself should seek it out if it is not an enjoyment.
I've lived over 1,000 years. I've seen many beings come and go. Your lifespan is merely a fragment in time compared to mine.
Dust on the wind.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It is a shame to say it, while I do find all life important, you begin to see the frailty of it all. And knowing how frail something is makes it easier when it needs to be done.
Well, life is only as important as the mission is. Well, less important than the mission, really.
Your master's taught you well, then.
Very.
Lady Tia, if I may ask, do you know anything about the death of Garrick Brightscale?
Rasmus kind of lights up to that.
Go ahead and give me an insight check when you say that.
All of us, or just me or Asmo?
You're the one that would have a good look at her face from this
Okay.
position.
8.
Oh, shoot. I was actually going to do an inside check while I was talking to her about that topic, too.
Oh, about what specifically?
Like how she feels about killing people for the mission.
Go for it.
Well,
You've never met someone like her. She's incredibly hard to read.
okay. Well, all right.
In fact, you often find yourself getting distracted by the pure mirror sheen of her skin. You sometimes catch your own eyes in it. She looks to you, Denier. Yes.
Rasmus gets up even though he's exhausted.
What do you know? What do you know?
I know that he isn't dead.
Huh?
Asmo has an anime reaction with his eyes. Okay, that's the best way of describing it.
His body is in a state of stasis. His soul hasn't moved. But his body is not technically alive.
Why did you
Explain.
tell us?
Because we're still trying to figure it out. Imagine if those who perpetrated the attack learned of this.
The mission wouldn't be done. They would come back and finish the job. Where is the body?
Explain. Is he
I've
dead or
already-
not? What do you mean he's not dead but not alive? Explain to me what you mean.
I mean what I say. He is somewhere in between. His heart does not beat, but his soul has not left his body.
Where is he?
He's in the palace.
Does the body have injury?
Yes.
What type?
As is custom with an assassination by the Deadeyes, both of his eyes were destroyed with one swipe of a blade.
But that was all?
I mean, the front half of his face is gone, but yes.
Oh, well. Win some, lose some.
What can be done to find out what to do?
We are researching this. But for now, with all that is going on, we must post haste. Deal with my brother's condition. Can
I do a check to see if I've ever heard of this ever happening before?
Go with religion, arcane, or history.
I might do an arcane check too, just because that is a thing that happened with the drow.
I'll go religion.
I'll go arcana.
Nope. Natural
19.
one.
Wolfgang, you don't know shit about this.
We don't know. Too pissed to think.
Nara, this specific condition it happens quite often to anybody that's
That's what I thought.
Upsets Solomon in some way, where he might trap their soul in a state of stasis in order to decide what to do with it later.
Oh, wait, I know this one. It's just like the Master does. If you upset the Master, then you must wait your turn for him to decide what the punishment will be. So you are dead, but your soul is not gone, so that he can decide what to do.
What?
Sick fuck.
Sick? He is not sick.
Nara, are you serious?
Why would I not be?
He is holding back my friend's soul.
Most likely. Well, maybe it's the Master. I'm not really sure.
It is very similar to what you describe, but Solomon and the Deadeyes aren't exactly on good terms.
No. I am supposed to take the head of the leader of the Deadeyes.
And yet you chose to follow the Wisps. She kind of says under her breath.
That was Daenerys too far away to hear it. Never mind.
You'd probably be able to hear it. She's not hiding it.
But you said if this sword kills any mortals, if Deadeyes are trying to make it more powerful, then taking not life would be the next step, correct? So it could be not the Master.
Perhaps.
If people are looking for powers beyond taking mortal.
Or they could be looking for a way to take the life of a divine.
Hmm.
The Deadeyes hate Solomon above all else. Don't you think that they'd want to try to kill Solomon if they could?
That would be very foolish.
He's not wrong.
What?
You yourselves. This bleeding god. The one that caused the cataclysm a millennia ago. You seek its destruction.
With every fiber of my being, yes.
Does Nara, above game Nick, does Nara know about the bleeding god and the cataclysm?
I don't think they've ever mentioned it to you, and you probably wouldn't know much about it, as Solomon wouldn't talk about it too much.
Got it.
Why do we care about a bleeding god?
Nara, do you know of the great scar in the earth that separates the north from the south?
The big hole, yes.
1,000 years ago, a great creature awoke summoned by the bleeding god. In the aftermath of the battle, that scar was made. It took the culmination of numerous gods fighting together to be able to restrain it and put it down. Its skull shattered and separated into crystals that contain its essence.
Oh, that must have been one big body.
The body still exists
What? Where?
at the base of the maw, hidden inside of a great white bleeding tree.
Can we go get it?
You don't want that body. Solomon himself fought tooth and nail to destroy that thing.
Oh, the master has never spoken of this.
He does not like it. He does not like talking about it from what I've seen. But I know that he sees it. I noticed his demeanor change the last time we stood in his audience, and he could smell the stink of the bleeding god on me.
Oh.
He can
So-
also see red, by the way. I caught that from him.
Red?
A spirit of the bleeding god that can travel from crystal to crystal.
Oh. So, are those the crystals that were taken?
Yes.
And now the Deadeyes have them.
Or someone that paid them.
Oh. So many hoops. So many missions all intermingling. Blah. Confusing.
I'm unsure if Loxley led us on a wild goose chase.
Loxley.
He offered to take us to this meeting of the Cabals, and then allow us to decide who we wanted to follow. Follow the Deadeyes and get revenge on them for jumping us, or follow the Wisps and try to find out where this information is and where the gems are. He, of course, walked away to save his own neck.
As the scorpion with the frog, it is his nature.
That frog's gonna meet a scorpion one day.
I'm sure he shall.
He still has his uses, though. As much as I despise him. What do you need of us to assist in Bahum's healing?
The preparations have been set. With everything, if all goes according to plan, by this time tomorrow evening, he should be back on his own feet. You,
Do
in the
you need us
meanwhile,
there in case things go wrong?
I believe you would be better suited trying to find these gems.
Bahu?
Understood. Nara Bahum is the gold dragon. He is the king of these lands.
Not the big bronze baby.
Tia kind of lets out a little bit of just a little bit of a scoff.
You speak of Harash. He is the head of the military.
Ah. Yes. The imbalanced one now. So the crystals and the Deadeyes will be together. So our missions run parallel.
If it is indeed they who hold them.
Who else would hold them, Silver Lady?
As I have said, my eyes and ears have gaps that they had not had previously.
Your eyes and ears are the rats, correct?
Yes.
Do you have other eyes and ears?
Only my people. But they
Who are
don't
they?
see as much. Sorry, what'd you say?
Who are they?
My servants. They serve me up top.
Hmm.
The guards.
All of them?
Yes. They report to me.
Is the black-haired pest yours as well?
Black-haired pest.
Tal. Catman. Blonde man, your friend. Well, friend that fights friends.
No, I don't believe so. She speaks of one of the lieutenants for the Deadeyes. She was posing as a member of the Kylum Diaboli, but her cover's been blown as of late.
No, they are not mine. She walks back up towards Matthew. Now that you know my little secret, what will you do? She kind of like turns her head over her shoulder and eyes the three of you by the gate. Kind of glances back towards you as well, Daenerys.
To be frank, I've known your secret for a while, Lady Tia. You know this. As I said, you have interesting ways of going about things, but they are effective nonetheless. You've seen into my mind. You know where my loyalties lie. This changes nothing to me.
Can I become Matthew's friend?
I'm not sure he has such capabilities. He's, as she holds out her hand, he nuzzles back into it. Simple.
What are his capabilities?
He's able to peer through the minds of others, acquire information, see through the eyes of the many rodents that patrol these sewers.
So you used him on Daenerys?
Yes.
Wait. That worked in my mind as well. And I saw a snake that looked like Asmo's colors in blood. Why would you want me to kill Asmo?
I do not control Matthew. Matthew probably wanted you to kill Asmo so he wouldn't have to.
Fun.
She just pats Asmo.
Do not worry. I would not kill you, Asmo. Unless I had to, and then I might. But I don't have to.
I have not heard your answer, Mr. Connolly.
I'm sorry, the question was lost on me.
What
Oh, was
will you
it, was
do
it
now that you
earlier?
know? Yeah. What will you do
Right,
now that you know?
Is there any way to heal the after effects of what that thing does?
What effects?
Daenerys been suffering.
Wolfgang, I'm not sure it's from him. Even before him, I've seen these things. The visions that he turns to Tia. The visions, the dreams that I've seen and I've shown. Not too long ago, I had one awaking vision of the town on fire. It took me a moment to control myself and compose myself. I have not had one of these since. May have been a combination of the lingering effects of the crystals with what I went through during the interrogation process.
Then only time can heal those.
Daenerys shifts his staff from his right hand to his left hand, and he slips his right hand behind his back, which is shaking again. And he says nothing.
This isn't any of my concern. Not yet.
What would make it your concern, Mr. Connolly?
Hurting innocent people. See that it doesn't become my problem.
Picks up Asmo again.
Where's the exit?
She points to the southwest corner.
We're leaving.
Farewell, Matthew. Lady Tia, thank you for your assistance and for helping us. And Daenerys will begin heading towards that direction.
She nods to you.
I'll just be dragging Asmo along with me.
Asmo's able to walk on his own 2 feet now.
Oh.
Groggy more than anything.
I embarrassed myself back there, didn't I?
Silver Lady,
Yes, girl.
may I visit sometime?
Once my brother is back on his feet, we can talk.
I would like that very much.
She gives a polite nod and smile to you. And as you walk by this area, Wolfgang, she catches your eye. What kind of a stare are you giving? Or are you even looking?
It is just hatred. Like the deepest scowl.
As you walk by her scowling, you get this look in her eye that says she knows this is going to be a problem. Mr. Connolly.
Turns and looks.
She reaches her hand out and caresses the side of Matthew. Matthew, in an instant, freezes. Every cell in its body caked in ice. As she stares at you with this blank expression, she clenches her hand and it shatters.
Her arm shatters?
No, Matthew.
Oh, wow. 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 Okay.
Phew. Silver Lady,
She doesn't break eye contact with Wolfgang as she looks at him. Just remember, Mr. Connolly, that I believe that you are more useful than this creature was. She lowers her hand.
I hope Blonde Man is happy.
She just stares silently.
Wolfgang is slack-jawed. Paler than usual.
You may leave. As the chains dangle from the ceiling and the rest of them kind of clattered to the floor, all you hear is that.
Slowly turns and leaves.
You guys follow that drain that leads you to a staircase. The staircase leads you into the palace. You find yourself kind of in the royal salon area. It's very late at night. A couple of guards patrolling notice you and kind of wander up to you. What brings you here so late at night? How'd you get in?
Asma
Lady
doesn't
Tia.
respond.
Lady Tia, let us out. We're just trying to get home now.
Well, we'll see you to the gates then. As they escort you through the palace.
During this time, Daenerys is leaning heavily on his staff.
It's very late at night. You are coming up to pre-dawn. None of you have slept in a while. Nara, this doesn't affect you so much as everybody else, but everybody else, especially Asmo, is tired as shit from everything that's been going on.
Yeah. I know this is completely unwarranted, but I'm going to do a perception check as we're walking through everything.
All right. Anything in particular you're trying to look at, or just a general perception?
Just kind of a now that she knows that all of the guards are like watching on Tia's behalf, she's like very conscious of the fact that like everyone is a spy. So it's kind of like more perception of like who's paying attention to what, how much are they being watched, and you know, if there's any ill intent out there.
Okay. So that would be a perception check, followed by a insight check.
Okay. Perception was 13. Insight's gonna be 20.
As you wander through, you do notice a number of guards that are just kind of like standing at posts throughout as you're being led out of this palace. I mean, guards are commonplace here. A couple of servants and handmaids walking around. Not many. A lot of whom are just kind of like cleaning up the decor for the morning. Kind of on the pre-dawn shift to make sure everything's all sparkling clean. They don't seem to mean you any harm, but they definitely eye you specifically suspiciously. Just not seeing your kind a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They lead you out the front gate. Have a good morning.
Just curious, Lenny, how far is the Phoenix Perch from the palace? It's fairly close, correct?
The Phoenix Perch is, if you kind of like walk around the Lordly Promenade, it's just past the large gate that leads towards that intersection that you guys normally meet. It's just across the street from the meat house. And if you if you turn off the Lordly Promenade and keep going down the street, you'd find yourself walking past it if you were to go on your way to the College for the Arcane Innate.
All right. I'm going to be dropping by the Phoenix Perch, and then I'm going to probably crash at the college. I can't do this right now.
Asmo, obviously you live at the Perch, so. You guys all make it to your, you stop by the, Phoenix Perch.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk through the town, as you make your way into the door, the, one of the managers behind the counter, the reception area, notices you walk in. Oh, good morning.
Daenerys walks up with a little bit of a smile. Good morning. I am here to pick up a package that should have been delivered recently for Mr. Darrington Loxley.
I use the courier that they sent, eh? All right.
Daenerys gives a little bit of smile and gives a nod.
Goes and grabs what appears to be a small satchel. Oof, heavy, this one. There you are.
Aye.
Tink.
Thank you very much.
Sets it down, this brown leather satchel clasped with a string and a wrought iron skull on the front.
He will take the package, and he smiles at Asmo a little bit. Thank you very much, good sir. You have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.
You as well.
And Daenerys leaves.
Morning, Mr. Asmo. You're out late.
Yep. Long day / night.
So, same.
Asmo just has like a far off look in his eyes. He just found out his friend's not technically dead, so doesn't quite know how to process that. Yeah, it's just he's shocked right now a little bit from the day's events.
Wait, Phoenix Perch is where Asmo lives, yeah?
Yeah, it's his apartment.
Okay. I didn't know there was an entry reception area.
Yeah, something I forgot too. I was actually...
You guys normally travel in when there's nobody really on duty. Like, you travel in either late at night or... No, usually just late at night.
All right, Asmo motions Renard to follow him.
She'll come in and do the, like, slow Pennywise turn with the smile at the front desk.
Ma'am?
Hello.
Have a pleasant day, Mr. Asmo and ma'am.
I'm Nara.
Nice to meet you, Nora. I'm Jeff.
Jeff. Nice to meet you.
He's not sure what quite to make of you. I suppose I should get to sorting the rest of the mail, eh?
Yes. We all have things we must do.
Yes. And he goes off to busy himself. As you two wander upstairs. Wolfgang, I'm guessing you're just heading home?
Yep. Just going home.
It's early enough that Jamat ain't even up yet. Still quite dark out. As you come in, the house is quiet, just like a couple of creaks here and there as it settles.
And just walks in, locks his door, walks up to his bed, and passes the fuck out.
Asmo's just pours himself. Asmo actually, has he gotten to his apartment yet?
Yeah.
Asmo just kind of like creaks it open a little bit and just peeks his eye in. Looks for any movement.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Natural 16.
Modified 16, by the way. Doesn't
Yeah,
seem to be.
technically
Doesn't seem to be any movement.
Asmo throws the door open quickly and does like a Dark Souls roll into the middle of the room. Just gets up, looks around if anyone's there.
You get kind of lightheaded as you stand back up, just due to how long you've been awake.
Asmo was just yawning.
Asmo.
You just see yawns, his whole jaw just stands.
Is there still a body in there?
No, you guys sent it, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did that.
Just a little puddle of blood.
Which has been cleaned up, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yay! Prodigitations.
Dun, 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 dun.
No one's here.
Asmo sheathed his blade.
I'm gonna go wash my face. I'm gonna go to bed. You can do whatever you want, Nara. I'm so tired. So very, very tired.
Okay. Nara will sleep too then.
I thought you don't sleep.
Some. Just not as long as you all do.
That means you can accomplish more on the day-to-day.
Well, most of the things that Nara does now is wait for the Snake Man to get bodies, so Nara just waits for the Snake Man to finish sleeping.
On average, I sleep 6 hours and 4 hours to get out of bed, but I haven't had the ability to do that yet.
It seems as though you'll have the time now.
What?
It seems as though you will have the time now, though.
Seems so. Good night, Nara.
Good night, Snake Man. Oh, Asmo.
Thank you. And hey, hell,
Before Asmo closes the door to his bedroom.
thank you for everything you did today.
Of course,
You bailed
Asmo.
me out twice. 3 times, 4 times, I don't even know. You've really been thrown into the thick of it since getting here, Nara.
Well, you are the boyfriend.
That is okay. Good night.
Asmo closes the door.
Good night, Asmo.
And, Nara's gonna immediately take off all of her, stuff and go lay in the bed, because that's what she does.
All right. As Asmo's washing his face and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a fun experience for him when he gets out. Denier.
Mm-hmm.
You said you're heading to the Academy for the Arcane Innate.
Yep.
All right, you
Once
find
I
your way
get-
Yeah, you find your way there, and you find your way to your room, which is actually very clean. It seems like every day somebody goes in there to make sure it's nice and clean and fresh for you, just in case you want to drop by.
I will check the bag, make sure it's actual gold in there, make sure that there's nothing in there like scryable or what have you. Transition the money if it's what the platinum that I think it is. Transition it to where it needs to go and get rid of that bag.
All right, go ahead and give me an arcane check.
Okie doke. 12.
You were correct to do so, as 2 of the 3 platinum bullion or platinum coins in there, or two platinum coins that were in there, are marked to be tracked.
Hmm.
It's simple enough for you to dispel.
Oh, you think I'm an idiot? Oh,
I think no such thing.
no, that was Denier. Denier
Gotcha.
was saying that out loud.
A voice in the back of your head. I think no such thing, Denier.
Wait, what? But I'm gonna, after getting that transferred over, make sure that everything's done. Denier is going to bed. He's not going to read. He's not going to do nothing. He's going to bed.
All right, you slumber, and as everybody rests for some time until they wake up in the early afternoon, here is a good place to take a quick break while everybody decides what they want to do next. Hey guys, Lani here. If you're liking what you're watching, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps me feel the love for this series. And if you want to catch us live, feel free to hit us up on twitch.tv/Lanipator Mondays at 5 o'clock Central Time. Thanks for rolling with me. Now let's get back to the action. Asmo, Nara's naked in your bed as you come back out.
God.
Asmo's just sitting there, standing there.
What are you doing?
Okay, can we go for anime logic for the next thing that's about to happen?
Yes.
Okay, low amounts of animation. Asmo just takes her, just starts rolling her in the blanket, and carries her outside the room and puts her down on the floor outside the room.
And going with that, you know how the animation style changes when it's like silly sneaking and then all of a sudden it gets serious with really hard lines?
Yes. But
Her
with a death
hand
note.
with like long scary nails is gonna grab the knob, and then it's gonna immediately cut to the blanket burrito version of Nara also in the bed.
Asmo's just got his back to her essentially while she's burritoing, and Asmo's covered himself with his clothes. Fine, this is. Oh, he's taken a jacket and made it his blanket, like we've all done.
And thus sleep and trancing was had.
Yep.
All right.
So
you guys...
that puts everything back at full, correct? Correct.
Yes, yeah. You all get the equivalent of a long rest. And wake up kind of probably about 6-7 hours later. It's a little afternoon. As go ahead and roll me initiative just to see who wakes up first.
Oh, I'm already awake, right?
Technically, you're in a trance, but yeah.
22. 7.
I'll do it just to see.
Yeah.
19.
And you will inevitably wake up, Asma. So,
Yep.
Wolfgang, you slept very lightly. Your head kind of just filled with the visions of things that you saw throughout the day. Waking up as you it just burned into your eyes is that cold, steely glare, or steely stare. It's not really a glare. She's just staring at you, of Tia, as she shatters that creature into fractals.
Fuck.
He gets up, puts on his uniform, goes downstairs.
There's a note on the table that Jamat has taken Elliot out to go shopping, and that there is some leftover stew sitting on the what is essentially like the burner in the kitchen. It's kind of like a hearth.
He'll go
If you
over
were
and he'll,
hungry.
yeah, he'll go over and he'll eat. He hasn't eaten since earlier yesterday.
Yep. Enjoy a nice stew, beef bone broth, potatoes, celery, onion. Good, hearty. Burrito Nara, you awaken.
Her
You come out
eyes
of your
just like
trance.
her eyes just like peel open. And she like rolls.
Just imagine a knife slices from the inside. She just always had a knife.
Just kind of caterpillar your way around the bed.
And she's just gonna stare at Asmo until he wakes up.
Asmo, you've been sleeping fairly lightly, so it doesn't take much outside provocation to awaken you. But you do awaken to see, you awaken to see Nara, the burrito Nara, staring at you.
Good morning, Nara.
Good morning, Asmo.
How did you sleep?
Very well. And you?
Oh, you know, I'm awake.
I can see that.
Yup.
Asmo rolls over the other way.
Is it time to get the bodies now?
She puts the pillow over his face.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's go.
Okay. Asmo,
Yes.
could we eat some of the char meat again?
Yes, we will. Oh my god. Yes, that would be great. Now, leave the room and put your clothes on, and then we will go.
Why?
She's just gonna get up,
Because.
get out of the blanket, and
No,
start changing.
no, window!
You stand in front of the window. A small child looks up in wonder.
Mom, look!
No, the mother.
Oh, Asmo, you could have used the door.
All right, Denier.
Daenerys is going to get up.
Well,
Yes?
as you slumber, you once again see the city in flames. Screams from unseen people echo around you as smoke rises into the air.
Am I in the same position that I normally am, or am I in a different position?
You're standing out in front of the palace, which is cracking in slow motion. There's a massive hole in the front of it. Just this gaping, crumbling cavern that seems to have been ripped straight out the front of the palace. The screams around you stretch.
I'm going to approach, at least I'm going to try to approach the palace, but I'm keeping my eye towards the Whittlestein spire on occasion. Keeping my eye up.
You keep your eyes about you. You feel yourself bumping into things that aren't there. People. As you continue to hear their screams from around you. All of the people around you screaming appear to be invisible.
What are you trying to tell me? Are you a warning of the future, or are you just something, another torment? As he approaches the palace, he's going to pull his cloak around him closer.
As you approach the palace, every now and again you just feel like something bump into your shoulder as you're walking by. The air feels heavy and thick, like walking through molasses.
And this hole, this cavern inside of the palace, it's just like something blasts out of it, correct?
Yep. In fact, around you, you can see rocks kind of like tumbling slowly through the sky. It's as if you're walking in a moment that seems to be stretching out to maybe like a 20th of the speed of normal time.
Daenerys going to try to walk around the rocks as he can to try to avoid people. No. This is something that may happen as he's continuing in. He's going to try to, looking at himself, he's going to look at his clothing and everything like that. Am I wearing the red robe, or am I wearing the robe of stars? The
Neither.
cloak of... Okay, neither.
As you look down at your hands, you see red gloves and tight black sleeves.
I touch my face.
You can't quite feel your face with your fingers, just the cold porcelain against your face.
Son of a bitch.
You feel a hand placed on your shoulder.
Turn and look.
You turn to see yourself. Wake up. And like that, you awaken.
Daenerys just gonna sit up straight, hyperventilating. He's gonna slowly run his hands through his hair, through his fur. He's gonna grip his head for a second, wonder what's going on. Entire body shaking at the moment. And he's gonna slowly get up. What does it mean? Okay. So I'm coming in from the jester's perspective. Is somebody trying to tell me something? Some kind of danger? Damn it, Fezziwig's still at the palace too. Daenerys going to start getting dressed in a very quick hurry.
All right, where are you gonna head when you're all dressed?
I'm heading to the meat house.
All right. You find your way out onto the town, and out in the meat house, you see Asmo and Nara. What are each of you supping upon at this time?
Asmo is eating what only can be described looks like about 15 to 20 scrambled eggs piled high.
Nara got the same thing she got last time because it was really good, but this time she only ordered one.
All right.
Smart move, smart move.
You guys see Daenerys approaching, kind of shaken.
Catman!
Daenerys walks over.
Hello, Daenerys. Good morning, Daenerys.
Right. Morning.
Or is it not? Asmo just looks up at the sun.
I don't know.
It's okay. I kind of want to go back to bed anyways myself.
Catman seems different today.
And she's like looking at all of his mannerisms.
He is definitely acting weird.
Wolfgang, would you also be heading to the meat house?
After he finishes his very, very late dinner, he would, yeah.
Yeah. As you were the first one to wake up, you'd probably find your way around there as you see Daenerys and Asmo and Nara.
Top of the morning.
Blonde man.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and baby.
Question mark. Send tweet? I don't know.
Snaky?
Eggs and snaky.
Nara's gonna turn her head away and like motion her whole body to like make it a wall facing the blonde man.
Wolfgang, not caring at all, sits down.
Daenerys casts sending.
Oh, to whom?
Tia.
Alright.
Another nightmare. At the palace. Large hole blasted through wall. Approaching as jester. Beware of Fezziwig. Danger may be coming.
A few moments later. I'll make sure his guard is tripled.
And
Find the stones.
Daenerys sits down, head still in his hands, holding his face.
Are you all right?
No. And Daenerys holds a minor image, and he shows what he saw.
Nara's looking over her shoulder.
How big is the city? That's on fire.
This particular. Well, wait. What do you mean? Like, it's Dragon's Rest, the city that he's in.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
And I show the dream. I was a jester in this dream.
Did they laugh?
I did not laugh.
This one does not make you laugh.
Oh. What does it do?
Sticks thorns in our side. That's what it does.
That is a very particular thing to do.
Gesture's a continuous thing that always seems to pop up when you least expect it. Some being of chaotic malevolence.
Lani,
And he is not a friend?
No.
What were you about to ask, Shadow?
yeah, I'm curious, just for my own purposes. When I was looking at, so at the very end of the dream, when I'm looking at myself, what color is my cloak?
Red.
Okay. So it's waking Daenerys. Okay.
Yeah, and it
What
was
I
your
don't
own. It was your own voice that told you to wake up.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, I figured.
So, the Catman is the jester.
In this dream, I was looking in from the jester's perspective, but then right here, and he turns fast forwards a little bit to when he himself approached and grabbed him by the shoulder and told himself to wake up. I think this is my subconscious trying to protect me.
God.
From
That's not horrifying. I don't know what is.
being the jester?
From whatever is from whatever is putting these things inside my head. You know how I've been starting to dabble into dreams?
Mm-hmm.
That might be some part of my subconscious trying to protect me. Or it might be trying to warn me somehow.
So you think these are prophetic visions?
That's what I'm worried about, if that's the case, and that would explain why Fezwigs all of a sudden allowed himself to be taken days before Bahum's awakening.
Fezziwig.
You think
Is
that he's
who?
behind this?
Tia knows Tia's tripling the guards, but she needs us to find the crystals.
It does not sound like guards will do very much in this situation.
Don't you think we should be there when Bahum comes back, in case something goes wrong? We were there when he went berserk.
My worry is...
Nestor just kind of looks around, sees if anyone's listening. There's one of those, like, hold on, let me tell this joke quick kind of looks.
If you're looking for people who are looking, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah. Perception. That's a big old 12.
Seems
But
like you're in the
because
clear.
okay, I was gonna say because Asmo is doing a perception, like Nara can tell that he's making a perception check of some kind because his eyes are darting around. She would probably follow suit.
Fair enough. Go ahead.
29.
I do so much better.
Jeez.
Yeah, it looks like nobody in particular is paying attention to you.
Okay.
What if the jester was the one who took the gems, the crystals?
I think, I don't think that's it.
Well, if he's in town, and it's one of the biggest things to happen, you know he's got to be watching. So maybe he's just waiting for the right moment to strike and get his grubby little jokester hands on him.
He was aware of the attack.
No.
Remember, he contacted me seconds before the attack happened.
So many freaking players. All waiting for their chance to strike. We went one direction.
Fezziwig's in on it.
Fezziwig's just a host, but he's a conduit for the jester to be able to do his work.
You think the conduit shifted? Is it even possible?
Most definitely, he
There's
can
definitely
shift.
still a link there. There's definitely still a link there. I went to visit Fezziwig. They said that all the mages they send in to probe his mind for information on the jester, or what happened that day, all of those mages went mad.
Yeah.
You mean they didn't turn to ice and then shatter?
Aswell just slowly turns to Nara with a mouthful of egg.
That's the hope. Although I don't know how much information, or even if they used Matthew, that thing.
I don't
But
know.
I tried something. I tried to do something, try to lift that curse or whatever that was around his mind. Remove that veil in Fezziwig's mind. And something happened. I saw a warped visage that looked like the jester, but not quite. Fezziwig seemed like he turned red for a moment.
It's a hold that does not release so easy. You know this.
That was some of my most powerful magic, though, Tanir.
Did you see anything else?
It tried to enter my mind. I think.
What if it entered the mind of one of the guards in the castle and just left? Son of a bitch. God.
Aswell just kind of puts down his fork and knife.
Maybe it's controlling those mages that tried. I don't know. I'm not sure how much power the jester has.
Well, okay, here's a question. Is Fezziwig is the conduit of the jester? Does he have any magical ability on his own?
He's got bardic magic, as far as I know.
Denier, Asmo, Wolfgang, make me a perception check. Nara, the only reason you don't is this is not a character you'd recognize.
16.
21.
Natural one.
Wolfgang, you're far too focused on putting all this in its place. Asmo and Denier, both of you see Talos as he's wandering through town. Denier, to you, he looks off, less than chipper. He's walking over towards the constabulary.
That Talos?
He didn't look right.
I'm eating stuff. Can you go task him?
Aswell's just trying to, like...
Denier's gonna stand up. He's gonna wander over towards Talos.
What about... Oh.
Yeah, got bored and got wandered off.
Denier, you get up from the table. Everybody, Asmo finishes his eggs, and Wolfgang continues contemplating about everything that's going on. You catch up to Talos, who's kind of walking through town center.
Hey, Talos.
Huh? Oh. Hey.
You okay? You're not... Something looks like it's bothering you. Copper for your thoughts?
You haven't seen Tim at all today, have you?
I have not.
I heard there was a attack that went down, and he didn't come home last night.
Need me to message him, see if I can get in contact with him?
I've tried.
And I take it that divination hasn't worked either?
Just kind of shakes his head. Poor hack, he just kind of ran off and assumed the worst. I was gonna head over to the constable and see if maybe they could help, or maybe somebody's seen him.
I got a couple. I might be able to help out a little bit. I got some friends that might be able to know this kind of situation. So, Timry's just gone? Like gone?
Apparently there was a attack where he was working last night, and he wasn't there.
Denier gives a couple nods. Might be a place that can't be seen quite yet.
Or someplace that's blocked off. All I know is I check, and it's just darkness.
Do you hear anything?
Whatever's there is... it's blocking it out.
And having knowledge about, blocking scrying and everything like that, does this sound like his scrying is being blocked out by, like, private sanctum or what have you?
Go ahead and make me an arcane with advantage. You've been studying the...
28.
Yeah. His... wherever Timry is warded.
Yeah, that sounds like wherever he is, he's got some wards going on.
I just hope it's him hiding and not...
Talos, how often does Timry sleep?
More often than me. Less often than you.
Can you announce a couple times? I might have a way to get to him. Because from what I've seen, if it's warded, it can stop divination magic, but it can't stop a dream spell.
Assuming he's sleeping in broad daylight. I mean, wherever he is.
I'll see what I can do for you.
Look, if, I'm really worried about him, but I'm also worried about the boy. He, kind of ran off in a huff, trying to find who did this. Just... if you see Hack, can you,
Yeah, I'll tell him to come back.
Yeah.
I assume that he hasn't responded to any kind of messages either.
You know him.
Yeah, of course. All right. If I see them, I'll let you know. You'll be the first one I give you a heads up on.
Yeah. And he continues walking over to the constabulary.
And can I roll an insight on him real quick, just to make sure that of the conversation that we've been going on, just that he's concerned about his friend and family.
Go for it.
Nat 20.
Whoa.
Ah, baby.
Timry is more than a friend to him.
Oh. Okay.
Well.
And yes, he's very, very concerned.
Okay. Good to know. Then I will head back to the rest of the group. Timmery's missing. Hackless is gone too.
Fuck.
Son of
Double
a...
fuck.
Damn it. God damn it. As we just trying to wolf down the last little bit of eggs now. You son of a bitch.
Why is everyone so mad?
It's never a dull moment, that's one, okay? Never a dull moment.
Because people we care about are constantly in fucking danger.
That seems to be the case when you are around, blonde man.
Coughs eggs all over everybody.
The most heinous scowl your way.
Do you smell a lie? Your face is doing something.
I smell a corpse if you don't shut your fucking mouth.
Okay. Alright, how about we all calm down here and be... Alright? Wolfgang? No offense, Nara. But Wolfgang, come on. She's a drow. Subtlety is not known to them, or comes easily.
It is apparently not known to the blonde man either.
Nara, I am not going to defend you next time. I'm gonna let you two hash it out.
And it won't end well.
The blonde man does not like fact?
Shut your fucking mouth. Just shut the fuck up.
I think you have more important things to worry about.
Shut up!
So testy.
Check, please.
Yeah, all the tables around you are like real quiet. You guys pay your bill and awkwardly leave.
Well, that just became an HBO fucking scene. Christ. All right, now you two bow and apologize and shake hands. Okay, that was good roleplay. Good roleplay. Good roleplay. Good roleplay. Good roleplay. Good roleplay. Good hustle. Good hustle.
So, what's the course of action?
Oh, fuck. There's so many things we need to do. We have a lot of irons in the fire.
Ah.
Well, we'll take a body vessel.
No, we have mysteries to solve. All right, Timmery, he's missing right now. So is Hackless, right? The pair of them.
Yes.
Timmery's missing. Hackless went looking for him. Now, Harish said that after the attack, his cave was empty. What do we know about this?
What cave, though?
The one that you fought the golem in.
Shit. Okay.
It's real coincidental that this attack happened and Timmery's gone missing. Part of me thinks they're connected somehow.
The attack as in the Oni thing?
No. This is the attack that happened subsequently along when the gems were being stolen underneath you guys.
Oh, okay.
The golem was also stolen, apparently.
Oh.
The golems.
And they're
Everything.
golems, yes, and they're definitely fucking related.
Alright, I got a plan. I need a safe place to be able to, I need a safe place for a little while, but I got an idea. It's warded, so we can't scry on him. But just like with Abigail, if I can get into his head, I can potentially find out information.
Can you send to him?
He apparently, Talos tried that. He's not responding. And Hackless, you know Hackless.
Fuck.
Oh my god, Patlas. Guiding him is like subtracting a person. Christ. Okay. Should we split up?
What all is there happening? It feels as though too many things are happening.
Alright.
Should we do above game or below game or roleplay?
You can discuss this above game if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. What's our list of things we got to get done? I'm getting. There's so much happening now.
We need to find the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Locate Timry.
Mm-hmm.
Locate Hackless.
Mm-hmm.
Find out.
Do we
what
have
happened
to on that
Golem.
last one? I don't know about that last one.
I feel like they're connected. They're
He's
probably
got a spear of annihilation. I don't want that floating around.
I think that Timry and the crystals are connected. I think that Timry, when he was kidnapped, the crystals were taken, and they're probably being kept at the same location.
I also think they're related in that way. We also have Fezziwig ? To deal with, or the consequences of that to deal
So,
with.
Fezziwig is in the castle, and he is potentially part of the Jester.
He was a part of the Jester. Might still have some connection. Definitely there's being something done to him that is Jester related, because he turned red whenever I tried Greater Restoration on him.
And so when you say you need to deal with Fezziwig, is that something where it's like you need to do something to him, or is he a danger in the castle?
I think he's a danger in the castle. I think he is a ticking time bomb.
Okay. But he's too dangerous to not have in the castle? Like, I mean under guard, or is there like...
He's currently in the dungeon.
Right.
The Jester of Bordeaux has killed a lot of people.
He has.
I think regular guards aren't going to cut it.
Right. So,
Oh,
is
what kind
there
of
like
guards
a
are being put there,
place...
though?
I guess this is more of a character question, but is there like a place where Fezziwig could go that would be safe for him that's not in the castle?
A volcano?
Oh.
we could have sorry, it's the idea is funny to me. We could have oh god, what's his name?
We could have you watch him.
That sounds dangerous.
We could have Ramses bamf him into the north.
That would be fairly bad because he's been up there before.
But he'd be far away from the castle.
Wait, can't you guys get to that like in betweeny world?
In between. Oh,
Smuggler's
wait a minute.
Nexus.
Yeah, that.
Is that a good idea, though? People go crazy in there and also turn into Onis.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
He would be effectively removed from the situation, however.
But that could make the situation worse since he'd be eating magic, basically, right?
The Fey runners could also find him, and that would be bad
Right.
as well. Or the Deadeyes. There's a lot happening here.
Okay, so Fezziwig and Castle, Hackless and Timry need the gems. Do we have anything else?
We have secondary issues. Kench with the Civil War.
Yeah, Kenshin the
Yeah.
Civil War.
They're there. Kench, Civil War. Rat extermination has happened. Are we
The gems
missing
are the top
anything?
priority right now, probably.
Probably.
So, what is our lowest priority right now? So we can
God.
just organize things.
I think Fezziwig right now is the lowest priority. He is in the. I mean, the Jester's at play, but I don't. I mean, he's in the palace. You
And
know?
there are two dragons there.
Yeah,
And we
so I
know
think
the
that is the
dragons-
lowest. It's the lowest priority right now. We have We have two missing things. Two people missing, and a metric buttload of gems. We should probably focus on that.
So we will go looking for
The
Fezziwig. No,
Oh.
we'll go looking for Hackless and Timry. Sorry, I got the two mixed up.
Oh, okay.
And we'll probably find the gems if we go looking for them as well. Because they're probably in the same place, because they're likely stolen by the same people, is my thought. Are we in agreement? Or do we have...
That's what I'm thinking.
Wait, but the gems are with the dead eyes, right?
We think that the Deadeyes might also have the golems as well, and also Timry, because he knows how to make them. Which means he's safe, question mark.
Okay, well, I know Nara would be pushing for going for the gems specifically, not these people she's never heard of. Because
Fair enough.
Who are these normies? Get them out of here.
About the other two potential bodies.
So our plan now is to go find Hackless / Timry / find the crystals.
Yes, with an emphasis on the crystals to Nara.
Okay. I guess we go in the palace because that's where the golem was. We probably need to speak to Harish. He'll have no more information.
Yeah, the golem itself was in the barracks off to like the northwest of the palace.
We'll go there then. Sound good?
I've got the best chance to probably try to get in contact with Timry. But I don't know if it'll connect automatically or if it'll take a while. So you guys can do that if you want, but at some point I need to try to connect to Timry.
Okay. I don't think any of us are going to stop you. I mean...
Well, that's as long as I have a safe place to try to do it, because I'm going to be vulnerable whenever I do that.
Where are you trying to
you're going to do it at night, right?
No, I can do it whenever.
Well,
like if he's sleeping right now, I could try to connect to him. We don't know if he's unconscious or not.
You could try. You can hold Dream until he goes to sleep. It's an 8-hour-long spell.
Exactly. In that time, I'm in a trance.
But we could also be losing time looking for the gems. So is that something where you two would stay put and then Asmo and I would go off and start looking for the gems, or?
I would need to stay put. You guys can do whatever you want.
We could temporarily split the party and have someone watching Denier while he casts Dream, and then the rest of us can go look into the golems.
Like, leave him at the Kylum Diaboli or something?
Yeah, you could just leave him with somebody you trust. In theory.
Yeah, well, we can leave him at the Kylum Diaboli. I mean,
or at the Arcane School, since
that's
they would know
best,
what.
Actually.
Yeah, since they would actually know what to do.
All right, then. Denier can go to the Whistlestein Spire. The Whistlesteins will probably be of even more help because of the fact that it's Timry after all.
All right.
Okie
So you guys are
dokie.
gonna split up that way?
Yep. I mean, I have no issue with it.
I mean, everything sounds dangerous, so.
We should probably have a time limit.
Alright, like,
I'd rather us all be together. Or if we're trying to find these right away, then I think we need to all be together. We'll be at the barracks. Try and meet us if you can't find anything to near.
Understood.
All right. We'll get to you in a moment, Denier, as
No worries.
everybody else travels to the barracks. It seems like the amount of people seem pretty thin today. There are obviously some people standing guard after what happened the other day. Up front, you're met by 2 bronze-scaled dragonborn.
Oh, Nara's also gonna slip a body on.
All right.
They're going into where? The barracks?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who looks like they'd be a commanding type officer.
The only soldiers you have killed are of the northern military.
I wouldn't trust that then. Actually, she'll just go normal human female.
All right.
Human female?
Human.
All right. So, Asmo, Wolfgang, and Human travel to the barracks where you're greeted out front by two relatively burly bronze-scale dragonborn.
Who goes there?
Wolfgang Connolly of the Kylum Diaboli.
Oh, is you after that boy that was what's here earlier?
Boy. Elf?
Yeah, he just ran in.
Oh, shit.
Jumped down that pit back there. Wouldn't take no for an answer. One of us tried to grab him, but it was like trying to grab mist.
Well, yes, technically. We are trying to find him.
Shall we go then?
They kind of look and converse amongst each other.
I don't know, it's like, I feel like they kind of outrank us, but... You know, right. We're going to defer to our judgment and say go for it.
Smart. And he'll walk past them.
Alright, have a good day then.
Just stands there as you guys walk back there. As you enter that cave where Asmo and Nara fought previously, it's... The hole there is significantly larger. Like, it looks like an antlion's nest, just kind of crumbled down. And there is a singular tunnel about, I'd say, like, 12 foot by 12 foot.
Would that be a perception check to, like, understand what happened?
It's pretty clear what happened. That just happened to be where
It's
they...
just like a bomb.
Yeah, they basically caved in this little arena that Harish had and used it to somehow transport these golems.
Son of a... Where are the guards? As we're just looking around. God, what? Holy crap.
Go ahead and make a perception.
All of us?
Yeah, sure.
16.
Here comes another natural one.
28.
15.
Asmo, Wolfgang, you can see that there are bits of discarded armor around, weapons left in the dirt. Nara, as you're walking down into the pit, you see that there are bodies in this loose dirt. Like, there are some bodies in the loose dirt. So, yeah, there was a scuffle here.
Asmo.
I'm...
Asmo.
Yeah.
Look.
Yes.
Bodies.
Do we see the bodies?
After she
Or just-
points them out, you can see that some of the armor, in fact, has bodies in them.
Oh my god.
Asmo.
No, 1 second. We have to... Hold on. Like, so can we sell... Did they drag... The hole in the center of the hole... Can we tell they were dragged through there?
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay.
All of us?
Anybody who wants to try to track.
Christ.
8.
Oh my god.
Guess I'll do it.
Wolfgang, you could use investigation if you'd like.
Oh.
Okay.
No. Oh, wait.
16 will get you there, though.
That's pretty alright.
It looks like there are definitely drag marks and footprints, and above that there are some lighter footprints in the drag marks that look like they would have been from a younger, lithe humanoid. You're assuming the remaining tracks are from Hackless.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. How many bodies are in the corner, real fast, Nick?
Of the ones that are kind of poking out of the rubble, probably about 3 bodies of soldiers. It's hard to say how many might have been buried in this kind of like antlion-like ambush.
We can't send them.
Why?
Because the guards need to know something bad happened here, and they need proof of the bodies. Otherwise, they might not.
Look
They
at
are
the hole.
well aware.
They know. If they don't know, then they have no brain.
Sometimes I fucking wonder.
Can't we send the bodies?
Yes!
please?
As returns the ring and grabs them all by the ankles.
All right, you transport 3 of the visible soldier bodies.
Good job, Esmo. She like pats his head.
Do not
Do not.
touch. Okay, Wolfgang, what are we doing?
Well, don't think we should go too far down this hole. We still need to wait for Denier.
2.5, 81.5, 80, 80.5.
So you're gonna wait there at the entrance.
If there's a guard around, he'll walk up and ask him a few questions.
The only guards here were the ones out front. Everybody else seems to have, like any other soldiers in this base, seem to be gone at the moment.
Fuck.
Esmo,
What?
why don't the soldiers care?
Wolfgang, why don't the soldiers care?
Ass was like, shit, good point.
What? Soldiers care about what?
This.
Well, they know that this was here. They know that soldiers die and became bodies, and they left them to stay. So why don't the soldiers care? Everyone gets so upset about bodies. Why don't the soldiers care about their own when they lost some of them?
How do we know they don't?
Well, they left them in the dirt.
Left them in the dirt. Like they're trash. They're fellow brothers.
The golems have been gone for a day, correct?
A night.
A night. So why would bodies be left? You all seem to be very upset when they begin to decompose.
Don't frankly fucking know. I ain't a guard.
And there are none here, which normally does not seem normal to Nara.
And I'm actually gonna do would it be perception check just to see if we're being watched anywhere?
Yeah, Wolfgang's gonna go back outside.
All right, go ahead, Nara.
18.
No, it's pretty quiet down here. It looks like whatever people wanted to do here, they're done. Wolfgang, you head back out the mouth of the cave. The 2 guards are standing out front of the training grounds, basically paying you no mind.
You know there are bodies in there, right?
They turn back to you. They both look kind of solemn.
Yeah. With everything going on, there is, everyone was ordered to the palace. We haven't had a chance to line up a proper detail for them yet. They were good lads.
Insight.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, baby.
You can see that they're real sorrowful for the amount of people that they lost in the ambush that they were unprepared for, and that these guys want more than anything right now than like to not be standing here, but to be back there recovering the bodies and seeing who's missing, seeing who's accounted for.
Ooh.
Damn it, Nara! You made me look bad!
When all this is done, we'll dig him up and give him a proper funeral. But right now, what's going on in the palace, from what I understand, is more important. Those were the orders.
I see. I'll just grab him by the shoulder. We'll do what we can to get the people who did this.
Thank you. I've heard many tales of you, and I'm happy to see that you live up to them.
I'm just doing my job. Take care, fellas.
You as well, sir.
And he'll walk back into the cave. You're both a couple of assholes.
What?
They're real shaken up about this. But with Bahum coming back and all today, they need all the guard detail in the castle. That's why they didn't clean up.
And by the way, these aren't your run-of-the-mill guards. These are, like, the military soldiers. These aren't just palace guards. These aren't the type of town guards that Garrick was. This is the military.
Soldiers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are in barracks, after all.
Yep.
Why would we feel like shit?
I don't expect you to. And I was kidding about you. Ask him both.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I have a cursed scar on my chest.
I said I was kidding.
Alright, so what are we gonna do here?
Maybe soldiers, guards, we should stick to bad guys when you do your stupid fucking thing.
It makes no difference.
To
It
you.
does. It does make a difference.
And clearly
Sending
you don't have the
bodies
best
that-
fucking judgment in this situation. So maybe I'll take the lead and saying who we can send.
If there's still bodies by the end of it and not shards of glass.
What?
Ice. Sorry.
Okay. So Bahoon's coming back today, huh? How?
Supposedly they're using the Lily of the Lunar Well. They're
What-
working on something with that.
What does that do?
Apparently, it can cure anything.
Anything?
Any disease, any illness, any magical effect. Supposedly, the Lily of the Lunar Well can cure it. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure why.
From what you understand, the lily is just a part of the ritual that they've needed. It's definitely doing just that, cleansing, but you're not sure what else is involved.
I assume there's some more to the ritual than that, but we won't be there to see it, evidently. We're too fucking busy.
Speaking of which, did not a boy run this way? Should we not be following?
The original plan was to wait for Denier, but
We don't
I
have
don't know.
time for such a thing, do we?
I don't think so. I don't know. Where is Denier?
Denier's off casting Dream. He's in a trance as far as you know.
And Hackless ran through here already, right?
So Wolfgang would have noticed, at least, with his tracking, with his survival check.
Nara's also going to do a survival check to follow the tracks.
You already... Well, I guess with Wolfgang pointing it out, you can go ahead and try and make another one.
Oh. 9.
You can make out the tracks, but you're unable to follow them clearly.
Should not we follow this person?
9. Oh my god.
Same for Esmo.
I'll pull a knife from my belt, and I will. It's just like rock, right?
Yeah, it's kind of yeah, rock, very hard clay, things like that. It's you're traveling through a tunnel carved out of mountainous terrain.
I will just cut into the side of the wall, an arrow.
Yeah,
and
you're able to carve out an arrow.
The word denier underneath it.
So now we may go?
We can't wait for him.
Let's move.
And as you wander into the cave, following Hackless's trail, this is where we'll end today's session.